Nestle. So he was into FMCG sales. So that was a product sale. A product you have something to show. Okay, that this is a Nestle product. This is Maggie. This is coffee. This is this. This is that. Okay, and use it, and then you may like it, you may not like it. That's how you sell an FMCG product. But for concept, there is nothing. It's just a concept, and then you have to bring it to into realization. You have to scale. You have to sell. So it's a different area altogether, but interesting one. So this will help you understanding things. I think all of you we are interacting for the first time. Devjana, Jyotsna, Tanya, and Juhi. I'm Hardik Dixit. I'm based in Bharuch, Gujarat. Thanks to technology, we are connected at different part of the country. I'm a commerce science graduate and a PG in IT and HR. I've been working for last almost 20 at various capacities at various organizations in manufacturing and service, both. And I'm with YSI for quite a long time now. And I assist Archana ma'am in the HR as a topic. Certain things, majority of the portions she conducts, and I also try to fit in between whenever the time slot permits. I'll be helping you with two or three topics of HR. We'll be talking about payroll process. लैंग्वेज में कहीं कोई दिक्कत है, इंग्लिश नहीं चाहिए तो मुझे हिंदी आती है, और हिंदी में नहीं चाहिए तो मुझे गुजराती आती है. इसके अलावा बाकी कोई भी भाषा होगी तो मैं शायद सुन सकता हूँ, लेकिन आपको समझाने लायक नहीं आती. Then it will be at your own risk. So you let me know if it is okay with English या हिंदी. हिंदी इंग्लिश दोनों लैंग्वेज यूज कर सकते हैं साथ साथ में. I work with various capacities at various organizations, from executive till uh, functional lead, plant HR. Training and development is my core area, an area of interest. And that's how I'm with Young Skill India. With Sir, I support him. I try to contribute as much as I can. With Young Skill India, the advantage is all of us, like me, Archana ma'am, or other faculties of other topic and subject, they all are into industries. So we are able to set relevance with the topics. So whatever you learn and how it is being implemented in the organization or the system, we know a bit. So that becomes a helpful thing to all the students. And my apologies, I had to reschedule this. Instead of Saturday and Sunday, I'm bothering you on Monday and Tuesday. But I'm sure you all would be very happy to have it on weekdays rather than on weekends. No? Yes. सैटरडे संडे कौन शाम खराब करता है ना ऐसा पढ़ने लिखने में. बाहर घूमना, पार्टी करने का टाइम, बारिश का मौसम, हाँ सब एचआर वेचआर पढ़ने का काम. So if you're comfortable, then we can always have on Monday, Tuesdays. I'm fine with the schedule. If you all are okay with it. Otherwise, then we'll go back on spoiling your weekends. So whatever would be comfortable, we can schedule accordingly. If I may know something about all of you, quick bites. Devjana, Jyotsna, who are you? Why are you? Where are you from? What are you up to? How you see HR will help in your career. If you're working somewhere, let me know where you're working. That helps us to, sometimes setting up the examples that helps. तो जो उम्र में सबसे बड़ी है वो पहले बोले.
I'm guessing Juhi would be the oldest, but I'm not
Uh,
sure she can talk now.
एक्चुअली मैं
So,
अभी रास्ते में हूँ, मैं बस
uh,
5 मिनट में बात कर सकती हूँ.
anyone who is comfortable can start.
I can start क्योंकि मैं ही अभी मास्टर स्टूडेंट हूँ, बाकी सब बैचलर्स में है, so they are younger than me.
Okay.
So, मेरा नाम देबांजना है. I'm currently doing my master's in psychology from BHU. But I'm originally from Kolkata. I'm not from बनारस. हाँ, और मेरा प्लान मतलब ये एचआरएम का कोर्स ज्वाइन करने का था. आई वांटेड टू लर्न मोर अबाउट द सब्जेक्ट बिकॉज माय फील्ड ऑफ स्टडी इज ऑर्गेनाइजेशनल बिहेवियर. So I'm not planning to pursue a career in HR per se, but I wanted to. मुझे actually research line में जाना है. After this, I want to do my PhD, है ना? And that too in organizational behavior या फिर HR. But I need to know the base of the subject. Hence, I joined this course to learn a bit more. So that's all.
Thank you so much, Debanjana.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, Jyotsna.
Good evening, sir. I am Jyotsna. I'm from Patna, Bihar, but I currently live in Varanasi to pursue my bachelor's degree in English literature from BHU. And my aim to join this course was I always wanted to learn more about people and communication. And when I learned about HRM, it actually pretty much, entranced me, and it, it asked me to come there and just learn more about people and how we can actually communicate to the betterment of society and, of course, expand our own knowledge. That's all. Thank you.
But it's a myth. It's a myth that HR is a department about people.
Yes, it is.
Yes,
Actually, we mostly, as Archana ma'am has introduced us so far, I got to know that it's pretty tiring and people don't appreciate HR people enough. But still, I think because I'm at the very beginning of these things, so I actually cannot understand the level of difficulty that you guys deal with. So that's why the first impact, the first impression was people. And of course, it might have some bright side, and that's what I am aiming for right now.
it's a, in the industry, it is understood that HR is very simple thing. Okay, the people, they are special people with some magic wand. ऐसा करेगा and everything is set, which is not the case. So when you deal with people, it is the most challenging thing. Every machine comes with a user manual. People don't come with any user manual. They all behave in a different way. So it is always it's a challenge whenever we deal with people. So if someone says that I love talking to people, therefore I'm in HR, then it's better you go in radio jockey. That is a better profession if you love talking to people, because HR, you will not listen good things about you. That is for sure. Very remotely you will have the appreciations. However, it's a very contributing area. As I was saying that Juhi is new to this area and I must speak something about it. It's a very contributing area for sure. Okay, as Debanjana is saying that she would be thinking to work in organizational behavior, human psychology. So since human being does not come with a user manual, you can always try to tweak them. You can always try to make them. You can always try to mold them. And therefore, HR is a function which is a very noble function. If you talk about the psychology or behavioral part of it, okay, it is both. It is technical also, and it is social, psychological, both way. Okay. When we talk about compliances, it is purely technical of HR. When we talk about payroll processing, as we have the topic today, it is purely technical of HR. But when we talk about OD concepts, when we talk about organizational behaviors, when we talk about recruitment, hiring people, okay. So though the process is technical, but the approach is behavioral. Who would join, who would not join, how would you be able to uh, scale, and how would you be able to sell your organization. When you do hiring, what are you doing is you're selling your organization to someone. You're convincing someone to come and be a part of a team. So HR is a gamut of lot of activities. And my very first introductory session, I think there was only one student that time. If you could go and refer that class video, you will find uh, various areas of HR. Okay, when we say hiring, so recruitment is one area, selection is another area, onboarding is third area. Once the person joins your team, you have to handle them. Okay, you have to upskill them. So training and developments come in picture. Then if the person is very notorious, he would play mischief in the plant, in the office. Okay, you have to have disciplinary action. If the person is very silent, you have to make him vocal. Yeah, you have to try to understand him. Human psychology comes in picture. Uh, then, as he spends time with the organization, you have to manage his talent. You have to ensure that he is growing, he is succeeding, he is earning properly. Compensation benefits comes in picture. Okay. Then someone wants to quit your organization, exit from picture. Okay. Then there are external stakeholders. So statutory compliance comes in picture. There are people around your organization. You are not working in isolation. Okay, there are people in and around your organization, whether it is an office, it's a manufacturing unit, it's a small gala, it's a big, huge industry, it's a big plant, whatever. Everywhere there are people in and out. Okay, so inside your gate and outside of your gate, there are people. And when there are people, there are conflicts between people. Okay, conflicts among people, across industries, other stakeholders. Okay, this we termed as an ER or IR, industrial relationship or employee relationship. It's a totally different and niche area of HR where you're dealing with complex situations. Okay, you might have heard about strikes, you might have heard about lockouts, plant band ho gaya, notice aaya, all these things. That is an industrial relation or employee relation we talk about. There are visits by statutory authorities. They come, they would visit your plant. You have to ensure the compliance is up to date. Okay, there are audits, there are system audits. So HR audit is another area. HR analytics is shaping up well these days, where you have a huge number of employees working with you. You must have their demographic data. You must have their personal aspiration data. You have a lot of exits happening. So reason of exits, where people are going, what would be the reason? How can I retain them? What is my attrition rate? So all these things comes in HR analytics. Corporate social responsibility is again a part of HR in most of the organizations. Okay, because it is driven for the society at large. It is assumed that people working in HR are the one who can deal with people better compared to other experts. Therefore, CSR, corporate social responsibility, that also comes under the umbrella of HR. So each area itself is an area of specialization. You can in an HR you can go up to VP talent acquisition, that is hiring, recruitment, and onboarding process. Okay, you can be an IR, ER expert, GM, DGM, VP, ER, IR. You can be an L&D expert in a huge organization at multi-location. Learning and development head has a huge role to play because of the diversified work environments. Ma'am will cover unity and diversity. There you'll understand that how difficult it is to manage a diverse workforce. You know, uh, the industries are concentrated. No, it is not equally distributed across length and breadth of the nation, right? From Kashmir to Kanyakumari and from Gujarat to Orissa, it is not equally distributed. There are certain pockets which are dense with the industries. Okay, you'll find that. Say Gujarat. Gujarat is predominantly it's a
Hello?
business hub. Okay, predominantly it's a business hub. You have a lot of industrial growth in Gujarat for many years now. Okay, so this is a concentrated area where you have a lot of employment opportunities. Okay, down south, Tamil Nadu is one such state where you have a lot of industrial opportunities in certain pockets in certain areas. Okay, so for each location, there are its own dividends and challenges. So when there is a concentrated work environment, you get people from all nook and corner of the country. तो अगर आपका प्लांट गुजरात में है, हिमाचल में है, तो नॉट नेसेसरी कि वहीं के लोग काम कर रहे हैं. So from every state, people will be working there. They will have their own aspirations. They will have their own requirements. Okay. So there are places where people are from 13 different states in the single plant, same location. 2,000 people of 13 different states. Now assume the challenge for HR. The biggest challenge is food. छोला कचौड़ी मिलेगा ही नहीं इधर. No Banarsi pan. How will you survive? So that's a challenge. And then you have to find the ways. So I have to see that, I have something for north, something for south, something for east, something for west, something in breakfast, something in lunch, something in supper. So everybody alternatively get the taste of the food of his or her area. Okay. If it's a male-female work environment, it has its own challenges. So HR put together is a multi-function department. Okay, like in engineering, you have mechanical, electrical, civil, electronics. Same in HR, as I said, from hiring till separation, there are various stages. Okay, the one who is looking after all these stages, we call them HR generalist, who knows, bit of everything. Or then there are HR specialists of every area. So for compensation and benefit, for talent acquisition, for learning and development, for ER, employee relation, industrial relationship, statutory compliances, corporate social responsibilities. Okay, all these areas, then you have the expert of these areas, and you can work as a vertical head of each and every of these areas. So choice lies with individual how he or she wants to, pursue and step up the ladder. It can be both ways. You start with all together and then concentrate on one, or you start with 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you have the scope to cover everything. Now there is another concept called HRBP, Human Resource Business Partner. It's no more in only HR, but HR's contribution to the business. That is now another expertise which is required. So it was personal department. From there were industrial evolution, and then from there it came slowly and gradually what we are seeing today as a human resource department. Okay, HR analytics, HR business partner, HR auditing. These are the latest addition to this umbrella of HR. Okay. Sorry, yes. So Josna, you were saying something and I made this big lecture. Okay, can I have something from Tanya? तानिया बोल नहीं सकती है.
Sir, I guess she might be facing some network issues. So it happens
चालू
with
करके
her at times.
चालू करके घर चली गई घूमने. टेक्नोलॉजी में ये डिसएडवांटेज भी है. अनुष्का.
Good evening, sir. Am I audible?
Yeah, very slow.
Good evening, sir. Am I audible?
Yeah, ये ठीक है.
Okay, sir. Sir, my name is Anushka Bhadoria. I'm a
Okay.
determined and enthusiastic girl. Currently, I'm pursuing my graduation in geography from Banaras Hindu University,
Okay.
and I'm doing the certificate course of Young Skilled India AICT evaluated so that it can fulfill my passion of doing management further, as currently I'm pursuing for CAT. So I'm preparing for CAT. As in the initial days of my graduation only, I got to know that keenly interested in the management field. So I'm thinking to pursue my MBA in human resource and management that can be very fruitful by having a certificate course here. So that's all about me. Thank you.
Okay, Anushka. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
जी से हम बाद में जब उनका कन्वीनियंस होगा तब बात कर सकते हैं.
अब मैं बात कर सकती हूँ.
Yeah.
फर्स्ट सॉरी सभी लोगों को, मैं स्टार्टिंग से ज्वाइन नहीं कर पाई थी. और मैं जूही अभी करंट टाइम में मैं जॉब कर रही हूँ एज अ सेल्स कंसल्टेंट इन अ सोलर सोल्यूशन कंपनी. आई एम फ्रॉम बिहार.
Which location you are at?
वाराणसी.
Okay. सारे भगवान के धाम में हैं. All are in Banaras. Okay. So, what is your role, Juhi, as a sales coordinator? You said, right?
यस सर.
Okay. Then why in HR?
फॉर कैरियर ग्रोथ.
Okay. तो सेल्स में तो बहुत पैसा है, नहीं?
सर हर टाइम पैसा सब कुछ नहीं होता.
Okay.
तो ऐसा
ग्रोथ का मतलब तो पैसा ही है ना.
ग्रोथ
नहीं?
मीन्स बाय पोजीशन.
हाँ, पोजीशन तो पैसे के लिए बढ़ानी है ना. नहीं? या पोजीशन बढ़ेगी तो पैसा अपने आप आ जाएगा. That is how it is. Fine. So आपने सुना, मतलब एचआर के बारे में मैं जो भी कुछ बोला.
हाँ ये सब मैं सुन रही थी.
ठीक. So if you have any doubt anywhere in between, we can always have a quick chat on that topic. Okay. Today we are talking about another area which is, again, as I said, it's more technical. You all covered recruitment, right? Recruitment and selection. लोगों को हायर कैसे करना है. ट्रेडिशनली एचआर में दो ही काम है जो हमेशा होते हैं. सॉरी. एक लोगों को लाना, दूसरा उनका पगार करना. यू नो, ये दो काम ऐसे हैं जो हमेशा है. पीपल विल कम, पीपल विल गो. और जो टिके हुए हैं उनका हिसाब बनाओ. हर महीने महीने उनका सैलरी प्रोसेस करो. तो हर महीने महीने उनका सैलरी प्रोसेस करो. ये प्रीडोमिनेंट काम है. ये कम वॉट में आदमी सीख रहा हो नहीं सीख रहा हो, as long as he or she is coming to the plant, he or she has to be paid. Right? So recruitment is a very often activity. Similarly, processing salary is also a routine activity. It is recurring month on month. Plant chal raha ho, nahi chal raha ho, whether it is COVID, whether it is anything else, people have to be paid for it. Okay. So this is one area which is equally technical in nature. Okay. And purely driven by lot of statutes. Okay. And laborious. Now there are systems available in place that helps and eases the process. However, it is critical. है ना? कोई ऐसा बंदा जो महीने में 3 दिन नहीं आया, आपने उसको पूरे महीने का पैसा दे दिया. एग्जाम में गए नहीं, टीचर ने मार्क्स दे दिए. अच्छा है खराब है? Good or bad? You didn't appear for the exam, you got marks. You all happy. 2020 pass outs.
Yes, sir. Actually, we are 2020 pass outs.
So all 2020 pass outs, they're all happy. COVID, no exam, nothing. सब
Yes.
बल्क में पास कर दिया सब, है ना?
We had to give exams, actually.
You have to give exam. Oh, so
Actually, I
unfortunate.
was from that batch only. I haven't
Okay.
appeared for
No,
boards.
I think my sister was one in the batch. She's 1 year younger than me, so she had not to give the exams.
Uh, okay. So for that point of time, you feel very happy about it, isn't it?
Yes, of course.
Now you may regret कि यार उसने तो एग्जाम दिया होता उस टाइम पे तो कम से कम मेहनत करके अच्छे नंबर से पास हो गए
Actually,
होते.
so actually, when we were appearing for class 12th boards, then we were regretting about why we haven't done our 10th boards exams.
10th board, correct.
Yes, sir.
So similar is the case with payroll process. You paid someone who did not come to office, he'll be very happy. Now the trouble will start when you have to recover it. You know, or poor fellow had come all days, your system was not up to date, you deducted 3 days salary. Now he's after you. And you have to remember, अगले महीने कर दूंगा, किसी को बताना मत, नहीं तो मेरा कट जाएगा. Right? So as we see, it is not that easy. It is critical, it is challenging. Any component missed out, overpaid, underpaid, did not consider lot of factors. Okay, so this is what we talk about today. If you would not complete tomorrow as well, we'll also see how to make a salary slip, how we can design someone's compensation, all these activities. Okay, few things we will do in the class, other things I'll put up for you to explore, and then subsequent sessions we can always discuss. This is visible, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So as I was saying that this is a process wherein you ensure that every employee, irrespective of its job type, nature of work, category, you might have heard about confirm, contract laborers, workmen, operators, various terms being used for employees. Okay, so irrespective of its designation, nature of work, they have to be paid salary and wages. Okay, wages is on a daily basis, salary is a compensation paid monthly or on a fixed interval. Okay, so they has to be paid their salary and wages timely as per statutory compliances, uh, and then due deductions, whether it is statutory or voluntarily. So this process of doing all these calculations month on month for every employee in the organization, we call it as a payroll process. Okay. So the basic input is attendance. Like when you go to school, when you go to the college, for appearing for the exam, one of the criteria is attendance. You should have 75% attendance, 80% attendance. Then only you will qualify for the examination. Right? In many colleges, this is one of the criteria. So similarly, and then they mark your attendance every day in the muster, attendance register. In industry, it is a muster roll. Okay, so every employee is registered on the muster and then his or her attendance is marked in that muster. Okay. With the advent of technology, this marking of attendance can be an automatic process. Okay. If it is a small organization where, if it is a small organization where technology is not of the use, they would have a register where on a day-to-day basis they would be maintaining their attendance. Okay. Absent, present, AP, 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 like that. If it is a technology-driven company, if it's a multi-location organization where your payroll processing is centralized, okay, so their register may not help. There you may have to have some technology. Okay, so you might have heard about biometrics attendance monitoring systems. There are punching based monitoring systems. So whatever may be the media, important is individuals attendance capturing in the system. Okay. Then along with attendance, there are other areas also. Like there are certain organizations, they will have some flexibility. Okay, the flexible working hours. There are shift durations which are fixed. There may be a facility to leave early, come late. Okay, half day. So all these things are taken care and taken into consideration when we process an employee's salary, and this entire process we call as a payroll process. Okay. What are the statutes? Which are the acts which are applicable that governs your payroll processing? To mention a few of them is Factories Act 1948, which is for factories. Now, what is a factory? We will discuss when we will be talking about these acts in details. Shops and Establishment Act, BD Cigar Workers Act, Plantation, Motor Transport, Building, Mines, Contract Labor, Abolition and Regulation Act, Employee Provident Fund and miscellaneous, and then EICs, Employees State Insurance Scheme. So these are the various acts or statute that govern your some part of your payroll process. Okay, because a lot of deductions and income are decided by some of these acts. Okay, depending on the nature of the job or the organization or industry you are working or dealing in. Okay. Now there are various components of your payroll. Some words that you will come across when you will be working in the industry. Okay, basic salary. Then DA, you might have heard the term DA, dearness allowance. HRA, house rent allowance. Conveyance or fuel allowance. Medical, education, telephone, special, other perks, and deductions. Okay. Some of these terms which predominantly are used in all kind of industries, irrespective of type of business, whether it's manufacturing or service. Basic salary is a salary which is paid to each and every employee depending on the grade. Okay. Generally, it is 35 to 50% of your total emolument. So per se, if you have been agreed to pay 10 lakh rupees a year, so 3.5 lakh to 5 lakhs would be your basic. Okay, so 35 to 50% becomes your basic. Other things are derived from this basic salary. Okay, DNS allows DA. DA is largely a PSU term, that is for all government employees or public sector undertaking. They use this term called DNS allowance. This is nothing but to combat your inflation. महंगाई की जो दर है आप सुनते होंगे, you might have heard about महंगाई की दर बढ़ी घटी, inflation. So to meet or combat that inflation or to adjust your income according to that inflation, this DA is reviewed from time to time. Okay, and then if the need be, it is revised. So most of the time it is increased by a certain percentage. Seldom it is decreased also. Okay, so DA can also be decreased or increased depending on the situation, how the inflation is, how the sector is behaving. Okay, this is a generic term largely in PSUs or government establishments, DA. However, in private sectors, DA is very rarely used. They are using it for workman compensation. वर्कर्स जो है उसको जो पेमेंट मिलता है, उसको जो वेजेस मिलते हैं, उसमें बेसिक और डीए आर द मेजर कंपोनेंट्स. Okay, because there every 6 months government declares a revision in DA. For PSUs, it is every quarter they declare 1%, 2%, 3% increase in DA. However, for other industries, manufacturing sectors, biannual. So every April and September, April and October, the respective state government, it declares a revision in DA depending on the CPI, that is Consumer Price Index. महंगाई कितना बढ़ा या कम हुआ, उसका एक मेजर है CPI, Consumer Price Index. This you can take as an assignment, as an activity. The research on what is CPI, how DA or the percentage of DA is derived based on consumer price indexing. How DNS allowance is derived or calculated based on consumer price indexing, CPI. Okay, so which are the items that are being considered in this and how it is derived. Okay, so this DNS allowance is largely for government undertakings and PSUs and for the operators' wage calculations. HRA is a component called house rent allowance. This is for all employees by and large. Okay, and the value on an average, it is 40% of your basic salary. Okay, generally, when we determine the compensation structure, your HRA is roughly 40% of your basic salary. Okay, and this is governed by Income Tax Act as well. Okay, so your next question for your research is, what are the income tax provisions for HRA, house rent allowance? If you're writing, then you can put all these questions, whatever we are discussing on the group, for others' interest and reply. Okay. So this is a component which is important for your income tax purpose also, HRA. Then conveyance. Certain organizations, they provide you a complete transport. Few organizations which do not provide company transport, they may give you conveyance. Even after providing a company transport, they may have a component called conveyance allowance or fuel allowance. This is to support your commutation to and fro office. ऑफिस आने जाने के लिए some allowance company would give. Okay. Now, question number 3 for your research is, what is the limit prescribed for income tax exemption for conveyance allowance? कितने रुपए तक कन्वेंस अलाउंस अगर मिलता है तो उसके ऊपर आपको टैक्स नहीं देना पड़ेगा. ओके. Now these are some of the components, not all of them. Someone will have conveyance, someone will not have conveyance, someone will have only 2-3 things straight. And medical allowance. Okay. This is to meet your routine medical expenditures from time to time, but it is a part of your salary. It can be a part of your salary component. Again, it has its own income tax implications. Okay. So medical, then education allowance, part of your salary. Then other perks like telephone. In great olden days, there were companies who were providing, basic landline phones to everyone. Now it has replaced by mobile phones. So instead of telephone expenses, there will be mobile recharge expenses, or company would pay their postpaid connections, right? So those expenses. Then after adding all these things, whatever is the differential amount between your agreed value and ये सब total करने के बाद जो आता है, that everything will go in. We call it as a special allowance. Sometimes it is called as city compensatory allowance, CCA. Sometimes it is called city allowance. Okay. Or sometimes it is called other income, right? Okay. Then perks. पर्क वो खाने वाला नहीं है, चॉकलेट 10 रुपए का एक. Not that perk. But perks are the other non-tangible benefits given to an employee, है ना, in lieu of money. पैसा नहीं देके उसकी जगह पे कुछ और उसको दिया है. जैसे there is a concept called for grocery purchase. There is a company called Sodexo. So Sodexo cards are used. Sodexo coupons are used. Okay, so employee can opt, instead of getting money in cash, employee can opt for Sodexo coupons for certain limit. Okay, and which he can use on the grocery shop. So it does not constitute as a part of your income. So you save on the tax liability. At the same time, you can use it for purchase things. Okay, so it's a perk. Sometimes company will give you a vehicle with driver. It's a perk. Okay, sometimes company will give you a paid vacation. Company may not provide you the cash, but it will arrange for your stay and travel. Okay, shopping on your own. Right? So all these are perks. Perks are some non-tangible things, not paid in cash, but in kind to the employees. It may vary from grade to grade, place to place, category of job. Okay, likewise. And then there are deductions. Deductions means if there is something that has to be deducted from an employee's income. Okay, so major deduction is income tax. We call it as TDS, tax deducted at source, TDS. It is a major deduction. TDS. The major deduction. Other than this, there are other statutory deductions like Provident Fund, PF, yeah, Provident Fund, then contribution to ESI, Employee State Insurance Scheme, contribution to professional tax wherever applicable, contribution to Labor Welfare Fund. Okay. Then any loan repayment. If you have borrowed some money from the organization, from the company in terms of loan, sometimes it is salary advance. For some exigencies, you request your management and then they give you salary advance. So the repayment of salary advances, right? If you have borrowed some money and you want to pay back in EMIs, so all these are a part of deduction. So at one end, it is income, which is your gross salary. At second end, it is your deduction. And gross minus deduction will give you net salary. Okay. So these components, these are symbolic components. You can add, you can remove, you can make your own salary statement. Choice lies with you. You may decide what you want to include, what you want to exclude, or how you want to distribute it. However, there are two areas of payroll. One is payroll accounting and second is payroll administration. So when we say accounting, it is about the calculation. Okay. So what is to be paid, how it is to be calculated, all these things comes under payroll accounting. अभी हमने जो भी कुछ बात किया ना, तो ये कितना होगा, कैसे होगा, कितना टैक्स लगना चाहिए, कितना लगेगा, किस कंपोनेंट पे क्या टैक्स एप्लीकेबल होगा, whether it is applicable or not, whether to deduct, how to ensure that employees have less deduction, they have more, money on hand for spending. All these things is payroll accounting. Then payment of statutory payments. ना मैं बता प्रोविडेंट फंड है, प्रोफेशनल टैक्स है, लेबर वेलफेयर फंड है और ईएसआई. ये चार ऐसे एरिया है जो मैंडेटरी, एवरीबडी हैज टू पे, एवरीबडी हैज टू कंट्रीब्यूट. ईएसआई इज अगेन सब्जेक्टिव थिंग. जहां जहां हॉस्पिटल है वहां एप्लीकेबल है, बाकी जगह नहीं है. बट बाकी तीन चीजें, प्रोफेशनल टैक्स, प्रोविडेंट फंड and labor welfare fund, they are statutory deductions. Okay. Then payroll administration is managing all these things, maintaining records, ensuring salary slip is distributed, it is properly printed, all the information mentioned in salary slip or your payroll process are correct, not disclosed unnecessarily to people which are not party to it. Sorry, which are not party to it. Okay, so this entire administration part is purely under HR. Okay, pure accounting, it may be partially with HR, partially with account department or finance department. Okay, because payment they will make. Final credit of the salary from account department. But कितना मिलना चाहिए, किस बेस पे मिलना चाहिए, that would be HR's responsibility. So payroll administration, it is with HR, and payroll accounting can be with accounts department. Okay. Is it clear? Do you have any doubt, questions? Understood? No.
Yes, sir.
इतना अच्छा सिखा रहा हूं मैं. ये सब दुकान दुकान बंद करके चले गए.
अच्छा,
No questions. Fair. So I believe it is understood well. Now, what all information you need as an HR when you are making this process? So first and foremost, what you need is employees master data. Now, what all things are there in employee master data? Employee master data में क्या क्या हो सकता है?
so it can be about how many hours they have worked for the companies or how many days they have worked and what are the jobs that they have fulfilled and what were the jobs that are left. So it can be there in the master. Okay. I'm not sure about that. I was just guessing the.
No worries, no worries. All answers are most welcome.
Okay.
जैसे एक बार मैंने नो बोल दिया तो नहीं दोबारा आंसर मत देना.
Sure, sir.
Okay. What you are saying are transaction things. They are not master things. Yeah, because it will keep changing month on month. Certain things that is constant for a very long period of time, that is called master data. What does not change for an employee for a fairly long period of time? देवांजना कुछ बोल रही है लेकिन यहाँ तक आवाज नहीं है.
The position,
Sorry?
the position the person is holding.
Position is what?
It doesn't change that frequently. So you have to
Correct. So
remain in
what?
position.
If there are two Jyotsna in your class, how they would be identified or distinguished? If there are two Anushka with Bhadoria surname, if there are
So
two
by the
Debanjana,
they can distinguish on the basis of their roll number or enrollment number.
perfect, perfect.
Yes.
Okay, so though there are two Jyotsna, two Anushka, two Debanjana, but both of them will have different numbers, roll numbers. है ना? And as long as you are in that class, that roll number will remain unchanged. Right? So in
Yes,
case
sir.
of employee, what would be that? Employee can have roll number? No.
Yes, sir. Why not? They can also have their roll number. I think it's about the employee master data only.
Correct. So for employee, we have a master roll. In master roll, they have number. So they also have a roll number. But we use a different term for that roll number. We call them as employee code. Okay. So as you have a roll number, that is also a roll number, but we use a different term. We call it as an employee code. So which will be unique for every employee. right? So this is one master data, one element of a master data. What else? Your name is a master data?
Yes, sir, it can be.
It is. It is. So employee code, your name is a master data. It will not change, right? आज अनुष्का भदौरिया से कल अनुष्का शर्मा नहीं हो जाएगी.
Yes, sir, exactly.
So your name is another element of master data. Then
Your Aadhaar number,
Aadhaar number, perfect.
contact number,
Contact number, perfect.
एड्रेस भी हो सकता है.
Address भी हो सकता है, बिल्कुल सही.
Any type of other identification like driving license or PAN card.
Other is not a word. What are other things?
Okay.
Remember,
Account
recall as
details.
many as you can. Sorry, Juhi.
Account details.
Account details, all right. So all these numbers, as she said, others, I'm saying instead of other, you can say, she said Aadhaar card, PAN card, your driving license, your date of birth, date of joining, okay, your family details, your father name, your mother name, okay, spouse, children, right? All these are master data. They will not change very often. Your department, your function, your grade, right? So all these things, they will not change very often. Phone number, you may change from time to time, but otherwise, other things, by and large, they remain constant as long as you're in an organization. है ना? फोन नंबर 3-4 लोगों के लिए अलग अलग रखे होंगे. पापा को अलग बताया होगा, दोस्त को अलग बताया होगा, मैडम के लिए अलग होगा, नीरज सर को अलग दिया होगा, ये हो सकता है. But otherwise, when we are working, we have all these master informations. They are by and large standard. At the time of joining, you provide all these informations. Okay. And then any addition and deletion. When we say addition and deletion, sometimes you add people in your family. Sometimes they are, removed from the family. Okay. Like you are single, you get married, it's an addition. You've got children, it's an addition. You had parents as your family, one of them expired, it's a deletion. So this addition and deletion, this is also part of your employee master data. Why it is important? Why it is required?
To keep our data up to date and not confused with other people.
Correct. So to avoid ambiguity, है ना? दो ज्योत्सना हो सकते हैं, दो देवांजना हो सकते हैं, दो अनुष्का भदौरिया हो सकते हैं, दोनों की डेट ऑफ बर्थ सेम हो सकती है, लेकिन दोनों का आधार नंबर अलग अलग होगा. दोनों के पान कार्ड डिटेल्स अलग हो सकते हैं. फादर नेम सेम है तो मदर नेम अलग हो सकता है. Yeah. So this will help you to distinguish each and every employee. Therefore, master data is important and it has to be up to date. Okay. So this is one master data. Second master data is about salary. Components हमने देखे ना. So for a given period, it will remain constant. Agree? For a given period, it will remain constant.
Yes, sir.
Like Anushka is working Anushka is working, right?
Sorry,
Juhi is also working.
I haven't heard you. So what
You are working, right?
No, sir, I'm a student.
You are working? No, you are a student.
Yes, sir. I'm a second year student of PHU.
You are a second year student. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Like Juhi is working.
Yes, I'm working.
Correct. Okay. So when you work, you are paid.
सर आवाज क्लियर नहीं आ रही है.
When you are work, you are paid for that, right?
यस सर.
काम करते हो सैलरी मिलता है ना,
यस सर.
हर महीने बढ़ता है,
नो सर.
नहीं ना, बट साल में एक बार बढ़ता है ना.
हाँ यस सर.
Correct. So for a given period of time, your income is fixed. So that is also a master data, salary breakup details of an employee. तो टोटल एमेलमेंट कितना है, उसमें से कौन से कंपोनेंट में कितना कितना डिस्ट्रीब्यूट किया है. ओके. Then bank details and PAN details we covered in your employee master data. Details of new recruit. Yes, when you're processing a payroll, if you are a person who is a payroll processing executive, he or she must know naya kaun aaya. If there is a new joinee, even if he is work for one day, he has to be paid. Right? So that much up to date information you will have. Details of separation, someone resigned, someone left, someone died, किसी को निकाल दिया. For any reason, there is a separation. When there is a separation, there has to be a different process for his or her payments. है ना? Then, as we discussed, past payment corrections, supplementary payment, या deduction. This is from where we started this topic. 3 दिन का पगार काट लिया, 3 दिन का ज्यादा दे दिया, right? बिना पढ़े एग्जाम देके पास हो गए. तो पास्ट पेमेंट करेक्शंस, लास्ट मंथ हमने कुछ गलती की थी, उसको इस महीने सुधारना है. तो गलती ज्यादा पैसा देके हो सकती है, गलती कम पैसा देके हो सकती है. सप्लीमेंट्री पेमेंट, कुछ ऐसा पेमेंट था जो हमको करना था, हमने नहीं किया. कोई पर्क्स था, उसको कुछ अलाउंस देना था, उसने कोई बिल सबमिट किया था, हमको उसका प्रोसेस करना था, हमने नहीं किया, तो सप्लीमेंट्री पेमेंट ओवर एंड अबव योर एक्चुअल प्रोसेस. और कोई डिडक्शन था जो हमने नहीं किया था, करना है. समझ में आ रहा है, नहीं आ रहा है? Are we able to understand? No.
Yes, sir, we are able to understand.
Yes.
No, sir.
Yes, sir.
Be vocal.
Yes, sir.
दिख रहा है स्क्रीन?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Let's say E. 1. E. For example, we all keep it same department. To change this. Great. Okay. Then that's a total set. Some number we keep it. Okay, so this is, I'm saying that this is an annual salary agreed for an individual. We call it as a per annum PA. और इसका एक दूसरा वर्ड है, is called CTC, that is cost to company. This is what it is paid. Okay, so this is your total income for the month. Year, if I say monthly, just a broad calculation, this divided by 12 is what is paid on a monthly basis. Okay, now all this constitutes your master, है ना? ये सब आपका मास्टर इंफॉर्मेशन. ये चेंज कब होगा? ये सैलरी साल में एक बार चेंज होगा, ग्रेड 3-4 साल में एक बार चेंज होगा, एम्प्लॉय कोड और नाम तो हमेशा जिंदगी भर यही रहेगा, है ना? सो दिस विल चेंज एनुअली, परहैप्स वर्कमैन के केस में बाय एनुअली, हर 6-6 महीने पे उसका डीए रिवाइज होगा तो बदलेगा, बाकी ये वैल्यू सेम रहेगा. Which means on a given month, an employee Jyotsna should get 1,69,140.08 rupees as a salary. Okay. Now this is total. 1,70,140, 1,69,140 रुपया 8 पैसा is your total gross. Okay. Now we discuss various components: basic, DA, HRA, so medical, education, special, etc. Right? Now I say that iska 50% is your basic. So whatever is total gross, iska 50% is your basic. Okay. Is basic ka 40% becomes your HI. I'm putting up the total so that we know. Okay. So out of 1,16,000, 84,000 is my basic. 33,828 is my HRA. Medical, I keep say 1,250 is my medical. 200 rupees in education. Basic ka 10% is my DA. Okay. So out of 1.69140, I have accounted for 1.28305. अभी जो डिफरेंस आया देना तो है ना, तो 40835.02 is my balancing amount. तो मेरा मंथली ग्रॉस था 1.69 with all components. I got 1.69. Is it clear? So this part is income. Yes, Debanjana.
No, sir. Rafi.
Making sense?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this is your income. Okay. Now, as I said, there are some deductions. One is Provident Fund. Second is Labor Welfare Fund. Third is PT, that is Professional Tax. And fourth, I said ESI. This is the deduction. And TDS or income tax. Okay. PF, generally, it is 12% of your basic. Labor Welfare Fund, it is in terms of fixed amount, 3 rupees, 6 rupees, or something like that. It depends on state to state. I'm taking it as a 6 rupees. Professional tax, it's 200 rupees fixed. ESI is 3.75% of a basic. For the sake of ease, let's take basic ka 5%. And TDS, calculation of income tax, does not come under purview. Okay. But just for the sake of simplicity or understanding, of my total income, I say 10% is the TDS. So this is my total deduction. So if I add this is my total deduction. So this is gross. This is deduction. Hence, the net is the gross minus your deduction. So what you get is 1.37 take home. इतना पैसा आपको खर्चा करने के लिए हर महीने मिलेगा. इसमें से जो पीएफ वाला कंपोनेंट है ये आपका सेविंग है. This you can withdraw anytime. TDS is a deduction. It is as such non-refundable depending on your tax liabilities. Okay. And both these three things, they are non-refundable. Okay. So this is how your salary is calculated. This component may vary. One or two may added, one or two may be removed. Okay. So under normal circumstances, this is what you should be paid. ऑल राइट, समझ में आया?
Yes, sir.
अभी एक्चुअली में आपको पैसा कितना मिलेगा, यू एज एन एचआर हैव टू सी अदर थिंग्स. नाउ लेट्स टॉक अबाउट Jyotsna for the month of June 2024. टोटल डेज कितना? हाउ मेनी डेज इन मंथ जून?
30 days, sir.
ज्योत्सना ने क्या किया? ज्योत्सना बीमार हो गई तो उसने बीमारी का छुट्टी लिया 2 दिन, फिर पार्टी करने गई 2 दिन. लेकिन पार्टी लीव नहीं होता है कोई, है ना? तो वो 2 दिन भी उसने इधर ही डाल दिया. ओके. फिर जून में 5 संडे था. राइट. तो ज्योत्सना कितने दिन ऑफिस आई? 30 -4 -5. ओके. अभी उसको कितने दिन का पैसा मिलना चाहिए? 30 दिन का, 26 दिन का, 21 दिन का? कौन डिसाइड करेगा?
26 days.
26 डेज. ओके. क्यों 26?
क्योंकि संडे का ऑफ पे रहता है. 30
ओके.
डेज के अकॉर्डिंग सैलरी कैलकुलेशन किया जाता है.
ओके. संडे तो 5 है ना?
हाँ,
तो 25 डेज हुआ ना?
26.
क्यों? लेकिन 26 तो कैसे बनेगा गणित?
So I guess 26 days because the total days were 30 and sick leave is of 4 days. So if we won't be counting the weekly off, which is Sunday, and we are paying for the Sunday, then we have to pay her for 26 days as the sick, as she was sick for only 4 days as well.
So now here it will not go as per what I think or you think, है ना? This will go as per what are the rules laid down by organization or what are the statutory requirements. Now, if this 4 days of sick leave is granted, मतलब there are paid leaves. Okay. So there are paid leaves. These paid leaves can be your weekly off, है ना? आप संडे को जाते नहीं लेकिन उसका पगार नहीं कटता है. राइट जूही? You don't go to
Yes, sir.
office on Sundays, but still your salary is not deducted, right?
Yes, sir.
Then there are certain leaves which are given by your organization. So one such leave is sick leave. Okay. Then another such leave is casual leave. And One another leave is holidays. You call festival or something. Okay. Then annual, yeah, earned leaves. These are different kind of paid leaves for which your salary is not deducted. And for every category, there will be a capping. There will be a limit. For weekly off, there is no limit. As many weekly offs in a month comes, they are paid. For sick leave, it varies from organization to organization. For the sake of simplicity, let's say in a year, you have provided 10 sick leaves. Casual leave, say 12 casual leaves. Say 12 festival holidays or 10 festival holidays and 30 earned leaves. So total 62 leaves in a year plus 52 weekly offs. 52 or 53, one weekly off here and there. So total 114 leaves in a year for which your salary or wage is not deducted. Okay.
So, what's a casual leave?
It's very casual. सुबह उठे मन नहीं ऑफिस जाने का. Casual leave.
Okay, sir.
And leave that you take very casually is casual leave. Casual leave is actually an emergency leave. You don't know. You have not planned anything. Okay. You're not sick also. But because of some emergency, you had to hold back. You could not go to office.
Okay.
सुबह सुबह उठे घर से बाहर निकले बिल्ली रास्ता काट गई. ओह अब शुक्र हो गया नहीं जाना है आज. नहीं तो ऑफिस में बॉस से झगड़ा हो जाएगा. छुट्टी कैजुअल लीव.
And so
लड़के
what
वाले देखने
about
आने वाले हैं लेकिन किसी को बताना नहीं है. तो सुबह सुबह मैसेज कर दिया सर आज मैं नहीं आ पाऊंगी बिकॉज ऑफ सम पर्सनल इमरजेंसीज. कैजुअल लीव. घर से निकले गाड़ी में देखा टायर में हवा नहीं पंक्चर. कैजुअल लीव. समथिंग विच इज अनप्लान्ड सडन. Okay, and very not as specific in nature, casual in nature, therefore it is called casual leave. Sick leave, again, this is also not planned. You may fall sick anytime, but it's a sick leave, categorically sick leave. Certain industries, they ask medical certificate in case you're claiming a sick leave. Holidays and festival leaves, they, by as the name suggests, Diwali, Holi, Dashera, Raksha Bandhan, Chuttiyan, Janmashtami, Ramnavami, Eid, Christmas, all these holidays, festivals. And then there are earned leaves. These are as per statutory compliances. One paid leave of every 20 days of working. हर 20 दिन के बाद एक दिन का छुट्टी आपको मिलना चाहिए. So this accumulates and then you are entitled to avail that. Right? So इतना सारा अलग अलग छुट्टी है. तो अभी हम ये मान लेते हैं ये जो 4 सिक लीव है ये इस 10 में से है. राइट. सारे लोग कैमरा बंद करके चले गए.
no, sir, we are present in the
No, sir. There's
No,
some
sir.
issue.
हाँ तो कम से कम हाँ ना बोलते रहिए नहीं तो मुझे लगेगा मैं अकेला प्रवचन दे रहा हूँ.
Okay.
Okay, sir.
डॉक्टर डॉक्टर कुमार विश्वास की राम कथा चल रही है ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए.
Okay, sir.
नहीं
Okay,
सर.
sir.
तो बीच बीच में हाँ ना बोलते रहना. नहीं तो मैं भी कैमरा बंद करके ऑटो मोड पे लगा दूंगा. ओके. सो हम ही मान लेते हैं कि ये जो 4 सिक लीव है ये ऑथोराइज्ड है. 5 वीकली ऑफ अगेन वीकली ऑफ आर पेड वीकली ऑफ. तो हर प्रेजेंट डेज are 21 but paid days पेड डेज कितना होगा
30.
है जी?
So 30 days.
So 30 days.
है ना? इसको ऐसे भी कर सकते हैं, प्रेजेंट है ना, क्योंकि ये जो प्रेजेंट डे है ना 21, ये आपको कहां से मिलेगा? ये आपको उसके मस्टर से मिलेगा, उसके अटेंडेंस शीट से मिलेगा, है ना। पी उसका पंचिंग डेटा कुछ होगा, कहीं पे साइन किया होगा आने के पहले गेट पे या कहीं पे, तो वहां से आपको मालूम पड़ेगा कि 21 दिन ऐसे हैं जिस दिन ज्योत्सना ऑफिस में हाजिरी दी है, सही टाइम पे आई है, सही टाइम पे गई है ना। 5 संडे वो हमको मालूम है कि उसकी इतवार को छुट्टी रहती है और उस महीने में 5 इतवार थे, तो ये वीकली ऑफ का मास्टर डेटा भी उसके सिस्टम में ऑलरेडी फिट है। ये 4 दिन बाय डिफॉल्ट सिस्टम में कैसे दिखेगा? एब्सेंट दिखेगा, है ना। सिक लीव बाय डिफॉल्ट सिस्टम में दिखाएगा एब्सेंट, क्योंकि कोई रिकॉर्ड नहीं है, कोई पंचिंग नहीं है, कहीं साइन नहीं है। ओके, नाउ एज ए पेरोल एडमिनिस्ट्रेटर, व्हाट इज योर रोल? योर रोल इज टू गो बैक एंड चेक विद ज्योत्सना, 4 दिन का एब्सेंट दिखा रहा है, हाउ यू वांट टू रेगुलराइज दिस। तो देन ज्योत्सना विल से कि इसको एक काम करते हैं, इसमें से 2 दिन सीएल डाल देते हैं, 2 दिन एसएल डाल देते हैं, 2 कैजुअल लीव, 2 सिक लीव, क्योंकि हॉलीडे तो अपनी मर्जी से बना नहीं सकते कि 2 होली मान लो 2 दिवाली मान लो, है ना। जून में तो आएगी नहीं होली दिवाली, तो या तो बीमार पड़ना पड़ेगा या फिर कैजुअली ही ले लेना पड़ेगा। और ट्यूब में से कि वो जो 30 का स्टॉक पड़ा है उसमें से 4 काट, बट कुल मिलाकर के मेरा पगार मत कर। सो देन इफ योर पे डेज आर 30, व्हाट विल बी योर सैलरी पेबल? कितना पैसा मिलेगा जो सुना, पूरा महीना ऑफिस जाएगी तो?
1,69,104.
1,37,000।
69.
69 नहीं, 69 तो ग्रॉस
Oh,
सैलरी,
okay, okay. Okay, so
इसमें से
one
थोड़ा बहुत
lakh
हम काट लेंगे।
37,000.
So 1,37,000 rupees will be paid, provided all these 30 days are considered as present days, okay, or days payable, right? Making sense?
Yes, sir.
So
Okay, you all understand, right? This now month of May, how many days?
31.
31।
yes,
कितना पैसा मिलना चाहिए? सब कुछ सेम है तो कितना पैसा मिलना चाहिए?
the same amount of money.
30 days.
How much?
30 days का ही होगा.
The same amount. The same amount of
1
money.
point 1.37, सेम अमाउंट।
Yes, sir.
क्यों ऐसा?
Yes, sir.
30 दिन का भी उतना ही, 31 दिन का भी उतना ही, 28 दिन का तो भी उतना ही।
Sir, because that was paid for a month. So in Feb also she will be paid that much only, despite the fact 2 days are
But
less.
why so?
Sir,
मैं 30
because
दिन
it is
काम कर
the
रहा हूँ तो भी
monthly
मुझे
income.
मैं 30 दिन काम करता हूँ तो भी मुझे 1,37,000 रुपये मिलता है। मैं 31 दिन काम करता हूँ तो भी मुझे 1,37,000 रुपये मिलता है, तो गलत है ना। मैं तो एक दिन ज्यादा काम किया।
No, sir, that salary is as per the month. So despite the fact 30 or 31 days will calculate 1 month.
ऐसे डेली बेसिस पे नहीं है इसमें।
तब तो हर महीना फरवरी का होना चाहिए, आई मीन 28 दिन का ही होना चाहिए। 28 दिन काम करो, 30 दिन का पैसा लो। नहीं।
तब तो वही होती।
अच्छा मान लो 30 डेज का महीना था। थर्टी डेज का महीना था। 4 दिन यहाँ एबसेंट और 4 दिन यहाँ एबसेंट, उसने कोई लीव अप्लाई नहीं किया। शी डिडंट अप्लाई एनी लीव, so technically she's paid for 26 days. Here she is paid for 27 days. What would be the payable amount?
Sir, could you explain again?
Sorry,
Could you tell it again? What did you just mention?
her gross is this.
हाँ,
This is her gross salary, 1.69. Deduction is purely based on the earning, है ना। बेसिक होगा उसके हिसाब से पीएफ
हाँ
डिडक्ट
सर।
होगा।
हाँ।
ठीक है ना। ये सब फिक्स अमाउंट है।
हम्म।
ईएसआई का डिडक्शन भी बेसिक के हिसाब से होगा। तो ऑल डिडक्शन यू विल हैव। टीडीएस इज आल्सो अगेन बेस्ड ऑन बेसिक।
Yes.
Okay, so now you tell me what will be the how this calculation will happen. How this calculation will happen. 30 दिन काम करो, 31 दिन काम करो, you said same salary. अभी 26 दिन है, 27 दिन है, क्या करेंगे?
So actually, I have a query. I wanted to ask whether we
आपको
will be paid.
आपको सैलरी करना है ज्योत्सना को, और गड़बड़ नहीं होनी चाहिए।
Sir, am I audible?
या अनुष्का, tell me.
So actually, I wanted to ask, can we enjoy all the leaves, all the paid leaves, and then also we will be able to get the same amount of money? So why not to take all the paid leaves? So am I clear?
No, no, I'm saying she does not have a leave. शी इज ए न्यू ज्वाइनिंग, अभी भी ज्वाइन किया, उसके पास कोई छुट्टी नहीं है.
So I
We
guess
will
your
claim all
voice
the
is
leaves, right?
lagging.
And then painful. लेकिन कोई ऐसा एम्प्लॉय है जिसने ज्वाइन किया, उसके पास कोई either exhausted all the leaves or she does not have, she's a new employee, she does not have any leaves. What will you do in that case?
Sorry, sir, I don't have any idea about this.
Yeah, I understand you don't have an idea, but what could the rationale?
So if paid leaves are there and the employee is going through all the paid leaves, despite the fact they have taken or not, they should be paid the proper amount of money.
भूल जाओ, ये कुछ नहीं है, अभी यही है. अपने को जबरदस्ती 31-30 नहीं लाना है, ये है 26-27. क्या करना चाहिए? घर में काम वाली आती है?
Yes, sir.
डू यू हैव हाउस हेल्प?
Yes, sir.
यस. महीने में 4 दिन नहीं आई तो कैसे हिसाब करते हो?
So
ये हाउस
actually,
सर्वेंट महीने में 3-4 दिन नहीं आया, कैसे हिसाब करते हो?
some portion of amount is deducted for sure.
हाउ?
सर उसकी डेली सैलरी के हिसाब से डिडक्ट किया जाता है.
बात तानिया इतनी देर बाद बोली, लेकिन सही बोली.
यस.
इस केस में क्या करेंगे?
So we'll do the same. We'll deduct on the basis of the days only.
विल डू द सेम.
Yes, sir.
वी विल डू द सेम. यस और नो?
Yes, sir.
यस. तो सेम करके बताओ, जून में कितना पैसा और मई में कितना पैसा? You understood the method, the rationale?
Yes, sir.
समझ में आया? If there is a house help, if he or she does not come 3-4 days and you have to pay the monthly, now that poor fellow, he or she does not have the privilege of CL, PL, SL, ऐसा कुछ उसको तो नसीब में नहीं है ना. या बोला है उसको कि तेरे को 12 दिन साल का छुट्टी मिलेगा बीमार होने का, कैजुअल लीव मिलेगा महीने का एक. देयर इज नो रिलैक्सेशन ना, इवन संडे भी आना पड़ता है. यस और नो?
Yes.
Correct. So they are not the privileged people, right? So assuming that Jyotsna is also not privileged in this particular case, so the logic or rationale remains same. जितने दिन काम किया उतने दिन का पैसा है ना. अब इस केस में एक महीने में ज्योत्सना ने 26 दिन काम किया, दूसरे महीने में ज्योत्सना ने 27 दिन काम किया, एक महीना 30 दिन का है, दूसरा महीना 31 दिन का है. अभी अभी आपने ऐसा बोला कि महीना 30 का हो या 31 का हो, पैसा उतना ही मिलेगा, है ना. जब मैं काम 30 दिन करूं या 31 दिन करूं, पैसा उतना ही दिन का मिलेगा. तो या तो 30 वाले पे नाइंसाफी है या 31 वाले में नाइंसाफी है. अब इस केस में मई और जून में कितना अमाउंट पेएबल होगा?
Sir, what was the total amount? 1,37,000 for a year.
It's
For what?
written here. See, ये सब फॉर टाइमिंग निकाल देते हैं. Now this is the scenario. This is total emolument for the year 20,29,000. 1,16,140 is प्लेन सब्ट्रैक्शन डिवाइड बाय 12 करेंगे तो ये महीने का हो गया. इसका डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन इस तरह से है. ये उसका बेसिक, ये डीए, ये एचआर है, ये मेडिकल, एजुकेशन, स्पेशल. So this matches with your 169, 169 का distribution. ये हो. Sorry.
Sir, actually, if 1,69,140 will be divided as per days, so for 30 days, for one day we will get 5,638. And with 5,638, if we are getting for one day, and we will multiply it with 26, then we'll get 1,46,588 for the month of June.
Fair. So if say it
And
is a
for
June
the
month.
month of June, yes, sir.
Yeah. Go ahead.
And for the month of May, we have to multiply it with the 27.
Correct. So
Yes,
this
sir.
is the answer of my question. That why it is, whether it's 30 or 31, your monthly remuneration remains same. Why even on 28 days of February, 29 days of February, your emolument is not reduced. The calculation goes reverse. Fixed amount, number of
Okay,
days.
sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So
Exactly.
this is the core for any payroll process. When you're making a salary, this is the basic, this is the core. Okay. So for the month of June, what will be the basic? Basic will be this divided by 30.
Yes, sir.
Okay. For month of July, when your days become this divided by 31.
Yes, sir.
Okay. You getting?
Yes, sir.
All others? Josna, समझ में आया? Yes?
Yes, sir.
Oh,
Am I
good.
not audible?
No. You are
Sorry.
not. Now you are. Okay. Now this is how you will vary. Okay. Accordingly, vary. Now this is per day. June she was present for 26 days. July she was present for 27 days. So this becomes multiplied by 26 and then multiplied by 27. This is the net deduction and this is her emolument for June and July. You understood?
Yes, sir.
So,
All of you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Any question?
No, sir.
no, sir.
Sure.
Yes, sir. Sir, I have a general question. If the HR are able to make the reports for the other employees, so who makes the report for the HR?
हम खुद।
ओके सर।
गब्बर से तुमको सिर्फ एक ही आदमी बचा सकता है, खुद गब्बर।
ओके सर।
सुना है डायलॉग, सुना
नो सर।
है? नहीं सुना है?
नो सर।
हमारे जमाने में पिक्चरें आती थी ना, उसमें से डायलॉग आते थे। आजकल के जमाने में तू झूठी मैं मक्कार ऐसा बनता है तो।
एग्जैक्टली।
सो एज एन HR, your responsibility is for entire organization and you are also part of it,
Sir, is
है ना?
there any system of check and balance there?
Sorry?
Sir, is there any system of check and balance so that any malfunctioning couldn't happen?
Yeah. So now see, when you process this way, अभी जिसके पास जाएगा ना, अभी सपोज ज्योत्सना को मालूम है कि मेरे को 1,37,000 रुपया मिलना चाहिए, ठीक है? उसको जब सैलरी जाएगा 1,19,000, तो अपने आप आएगी रोते रोते कि मेरा 18,000 रुपया काट लिया। दिस इज वन चेक एंड बैलेंस। अच्छा, इसका 37 है और आपने गलती से उसको 36 दिन का पैसा दे दिया ना, तो ये हंसते हंसते नहीं आएगी कि आपने मुझे ज्यादा दे दिया है। ओके, देयर इज ऑलवेज अ मेकर एंड चेकर प्रोसेस। एक आदमी सैलरी बनाएगा तो दूसरा उसको रैंडम चेक भी करेगा, एंड अल्टीमेटली व्हेन इट गोज फॉर द पेमेंट, द अकाउंट डिपार्टमेंट विल आल्सो रीइंश्योर दैट ऑल दीज कैलकुलेशंस आर करेक्ट। ओके, देयरफॉर द मास्टर डेटा इज ऑफ utmost इंपॉर्टेंस। कहां कहां गलती हो सकता है इसमें?
So it can be while calculating the data for the days.
हाँ, मैं वही करूँ, कहां कहां गलती हो सकता है? देखो, जो
Say
गलती है ना, इधर ही
calculate and
पॉसिबल
The
है।
holidays.
गलती तो यही पॉसिबल है।
yes sir.
Yes,
हमने
sir.
कैसे गिना प्रेजेंट डेज और एब्सेंट डेज, कैसे गिना, वही गलती पॉसिबल है। और इसका ओनर जो है ना, इसका ओनर मतलब मेरा अटेंडेंस सिस्टम में सही है या नहीं, ये जिम्मेदारी किसकी है?
Or payroll administrator.
अच्छा, मतलब मैं छुट्टी मारूं, किसी को बताऊं नहीं, और पेरोल वाला बेचारा रोज ऐसे मुझे फोन कर करके पूछे कि साहब आप।
Sir,
So the one who is
I
Yes.
doing the
think I
attendance.
got your question wrong.
इट इज द रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी एम्प्लॉय, द ओनर लाइज विद एम्प्लॉय, है ना? मैंने पंच किया, सिस्टम में दिख रहा है कि नहीं दिख रहा है? मैंने छुट्टी ली, उसका अकाउंटिंग मैंने सिस्टम में किया कि नहीं किया? दैट रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी लाइज विद एम्प्लॉय। एज ए पेरोल पर्सन यू मे शेयर डिटेल्स वंस इन ए वीक। आप एक रिपोर्ट पॉपुलेट करके सबको भेज दोगे कि भाई तेरा इतने इतने दिन का एब्सेंट दिखा रहा है, उसको एब्सेंट रखना है, उसको CL में कन्वर्ट करना है, उसको पेड लीव लेना है, उसको लॉस ऑफ पे में जाने देना है। दैट ऑल डिपेंड्स ऑन द एम्प्लॉय। अगर आपके पेरोल प्रोसेस की डेट से पहले वो करेक्शन नहीं करेगा, तो उसका सैलरी यही 20-21 दिन के हिसाब से बन जाएगा। अब सपोज ऐसा सिचुएशन है कि आप ऑफिस नहीं जा पाए, 4-5 दिन जो एब्सेंट दिखा रहा है, उसके बाद आप जब पेरोल प्रोसेस पीरियड था आप ऑफिस नहीं जा पाए, आपको पता चला जब आपका सैलरी आपके अकाउंट में आ गया, है ना? 1.37 आना चाहिए था, 1.19 आया, तो ज्योत्सना रोते रोते वो पेरोल प्रोसेस करने वाले के पास में जाके, तुमने मेरा सैलरी काट लिया, मेरे को मेरा पैसा चाहिए, 18 दिन का पैसा कम आया, 18,000 रुपये कम आए, है ना? तो देन वो पेरोल वाला क्या करेगा? वो छोटे इसको दे देता हूँ 18,000 रुपया, ऐसा।
आपकी अटेंडेंस सही नहीं थी।
परफेक्ट। सो तुम 5 दिन नहीं है, मैंने काट लिया। बोले नहीं, लेकिन मेरे पास तो छुट्टी है। सिस्टम में डाल के अप्रूवल दो, नेक्स्ट साइकिल जब रन करेंगे उसमें 5 दिन एडजस्ट कर देंगे। तो जब अगस्त में पेरोल प्रोसेस होगा, अगस्त इज अगेन 31 डेज,
Yes, sir.
है ना। पैसा कितने दिन का मिलेगा?
37
35 दिन का,
days.
35 डेज। पैसा उसको करेक्शन मिल जाएगा ना, वो जो 4 दिन उसने उधर
Yes,
कुटली
sir.
मारी थी, जो अप्लाई नहीं किया था, अब उसने अप्लाई कर दिया, रेगुलर हो गया, तो देन शी इज एलिजिबल फॉर द पेमेंट ना।
Yes, sir.
यस, in that case this calculation will, sorry, same, but this instead of 27 this becomes 35। ओके, तो जो यहां उसने लॉस इनकर किया था वो यहाँ पे बैलेंस हो जाएगा, है ना। अगर दोनों महीने था तो ये 39 हो जाएगा। 4 4 8 छुट्टी इधर एडजस्ट हो गया, 31 का महीना था, 31 + 8 39। इज इट क्लियर?
Yes, sir.
यस सर।
So the onus lies with an employee. However, as a payroll accounting person, as a payroll administrative person, your duty is to inform employees कि आपका डिडक्शन दिखा रहा है, आपका एब्सेंट दिखा रहा है ना। अप्लाई करके आप प्लीज अप्रूवल ले लो, सो दैट योर सैलरी इज नॉट डिडक्टेड, है ना। दैट इज रोल ऑफ एन एडमिनिस्ट्रेटर। एवरी लीव इज अकाउंटेड, एवरी एब्सेंट इज अकाउंटेड। ओके, कभी कैसा होगा, कोई आदमी टूर पे गया है, कंपनी के काम से बाहर गया है, तो इट इज नॉट इन लीव, बट इज प्रेजेंट भी नहीं है, तो ऑन ड्यूटी दिखाना है। कभी हाफ डे गया होगा, कभी फुल डे नहीं आया होगा, सो देयर आर ऑल परमुटेशन कॉम्बिनेशंस। जो भी पॉसिबिलिटीज है वो सारी इस नंबर में कैप्चर हो जानी चाहिए। सो एज एन एचआर administrator, payroll administrator, your responsibility lies only with informing employees about their absent days and present days. This calculation is automatic from the system itself. मास्टर डेट आपने ऑलरेडी अपडेट कर दिया है, जितना प्रेजेंट होगा उसके हिसाब से सैलरी बनेगा और उसके अकाउंट में क्रेडिट हो जाएगी। इज इट क्लियर?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
नाउ so this is about income and deduction, right? You have to make one payroll statement. Okay. An annual payroll statement of 3 employees employee 1, this is annual salary, employee 2, employee 3, Okay. This we want January to December, 12 months. These are the components of income. These are the component of deduction. Okay. ये ट्रांजैक्शन इंफॉर्मेशन है। किस महीने में कितना एब्सेंट है वो, ये इनका एनुअल सैलरी है और ये इनकम के और डिडक्शन के कंपोनेंट्स है। ओके, बेसिक आई एम पुटिंग अप एज 50% ऑफ टोटल। DA is I'm saying 10% of basic. HR is 40% of basic. Other things I'm leaving on to you. You may choose whatever percentage or fixed amount you want to keep, you can keep. Provident fund, it is 12% of basic since it is statutory. TDS, I'm making it 10% of income. It's 10% of income. Okay. Labor welfare funds fixed 6 rupees, PT is 200 rupees, and ESIC is 5% of basic.
So do we
Okay.
have to use the Excel sheet only?
You may use Excel if you're familiar with this. If you're not familiar with this application, you may use calculator to calculate, and then you can present a single sheet. Handwritten hoga to bhi chalega, put up in the group, and then
Okay, sir.
if any confusion or query, then we can discuss.
Okay, sir. So we can use our pen and paper for this.
Yeah, you can.
Okay, sir. And so
If you're not
about the 3 questions that you have given in the initial class?
correct, so that also you can write, handwritten, typed, anything. Mode of communication is up to you, whatever is your
Okay.
comfort, है ना?
Okay.
हाथ
Sir,
से लिखो
can
तो
you...
ऐसा लिखना कि आदमी पढ़ सके, डॉक्टर का राइटिंग में मत लिखना।
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. So can you please send the 3 questions again, or we will see it in the recording only.
किसी ने लिखा है जोशना? I don't remember that what those 3 questions were when we were discussing.
Yes, I'll
Have you
share it in the
written?
group.
Can you
Yes.
repeat those questions?
So your first question was to research of CPI. how DA is derived or calculated based on consumer price index.
Okay.
The second question was, what are the income tax provisions for HRA? And the third question was, what is the limit prescribed for income tax conveyance allowance?
So technical, this will give you, some insight about how the tax is calculated. And with this exercise, you'll be able to, understand how your wage statements are prepared. Okay.
How should we submit these questions, sir?
As soon as you can.
Okay, sir.
Oops.
If by tomorrow it is good. Otherwise, don't take too long that I forget.
Okay, sir.
Okay, sir.
If you're preoccupied with other things, take a day more. But if you will do it by tomorrow before the class time, we will be able to discuss it.
Okay, sir.
Otherwise, Wednesday, Thursday, I'm fine with this. But definitely before the next class.
Okay, sir.
Next week, rather. Next week's class.
Okay, sir.
Fine. Thank you so much for bearing with me for all this while.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you,
Have a
sir.
good
Thank you, sir.
थक गए कितना जल्दी फटाफट थैंक यू बोल दिया. Fine. See you tomorrow. एक दिन तो चला भी गया देखो. Fine. No worries. Please continue. Enjoy whatever time is left with you for the day.
Okay, sir.
We'll connect tomorrow evening, almost same time.
Okay, sir. Thank you so
Okay,
much.
sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay, sir.
Bye.